All right, welcome, guys. We have been searching for Brian Colbert for the past week and a half now.
Uh, yeah, since probably about a week.
For the past. Oh, wow, that's really super loud. Does it sound okay, guys, or is it like I'm not even talking loud? All right, so we have been searching for Brian Colbert for the past week and a half to 2 weeks. We are home now. We actually had an issue with our trailer. We had busted a hub assembly. Well, the bearing right now. Her dad's actually, we dropped it off at her dad's. What we did yesterday, and thank you guys, there was a few people that actually showed up at the actually, there was just one that showed up.
Yeah.
But quite a few had contacted us to try to fix our trailer or offer a place to fix it. And that's all we really needed. Just where we were at, I didn't have the tools. It was a disaster. So when I figured out I could actually take the tire off and drive it, we just decided to drive it home. We couldn't find the hub assembly that had the actual brake on it, plus the bearing. It was just easier for Dad to fix it, so we actually drove the 2 hours home. So we are actually home now. We are going to stay home for the next 2 or 3 weeks. We're going to be saving up to go on our trip, and Lindsay will talk about that here shortly. But we just wanted to go over where we searched for Brian. That TBIN, if anybody has contacted them, thank you. Appreciate it. We actually got permission to search the next, was it day or 2 days after?
I think it was 2 days later.
2 days later, the manager called us and said, hey, sorry, we had just get permission from the corporate. They decided to let us go ahead and search that. We did search that pond in front of the TBIN with no avail. We didn't find him. I'll let Lindsay talk about the rest, and I'll show you guys pictures of the areas that we have searched, just in case somebody has sonars that would like to search. This is all transparent. This is what we have searched, guys. Since we're not able to continue, we need to focus on getting our equipment back up to snuff. All the trailer, greased up and ready to go. Everything fixed. So when we take off, her dad's going to go through everything. So when we take off, we're going to start fresh. We've just been going, and everything is breaking down. So we're going to just stop everything for the next couple weeks and get prepared for our trip. So if you guys want to help out, it's chaosdivers.com. We are saving up to do that. We're going to be helping how many families?
I don't even remember. I just finalized everything for our February, March trip. Sent everything out to Josh Cantu, who's going to be coming with us. And then we're getting ready to send everything. I believe Britton from Depths of History is going to be coming with us as well. So I do want to really quickly. So I'm not sure if Eric is in here or not.
Yes.
But I know Garrett is. And Garrett said something about Jarrett did a great job. So this weekend, Jacob and I came home Friday night. Needed to go back Saturday, back over to the Evansville area, continue searching for Brian. So in that, Eric, Garrett, my son, and Jarrett, my younger cousin, who is Garrett's essentially brother. The boys all came with us. Jarrett and Garrett, I want to say thank you so much. You boys did a phenomenal job. Everything from helping to take the trash out in the RV to helping carry the little buddy. I think, did Jarrett drive even the little buddy? I think
Jarrett.
He even Garrett was the cameraman yesterday. While Jacob and Jarrett were working on fixing the boat trailer. Eric and I went out and sonared Froman Lake with the little buddy, as well as Mount Carmel Lake with the little buddy, and Garrett was our cameraman. Those boys worked their butts off, and I just want to say thank you to both of them and how much I appreciate everything they did.
100% what she said. Those boys were unstoppable. It is nice to be able to have help getting the boat in and out, and they're wild men. They were out there just getting it. So thank you again, boys, and Eric from Ride or Dive. If you guys haven't checked him out, Eric should be in here. I was unaware. He said he was on night shift. We were going to do this all three together. Sorry, Eric, for throwing this out there, but just please support Ride or Dive as he is in here doing the same thing.
So just to go over Brian's case really quickly, Brian went missing on December 9th. He's 47 years old. He worked at TBIN in Princeton, and then he's from Evansville, Indiana. Brian got off work that evening. He stopped and saw a friend as the friend was picking up a pizza or something. And then they went back to his house, the friend's house, just to hang out for a while. Brian left his friend's house somewhere between 10 and 10:30. I may have that time wrong, so I do apologize. And never made it home. He did have plans to come home, watch a movie, have dinner with his wife. Brian missed Christmas, his son's birthday, and his wife's birthday, which are extremely unlikely. Brian worked his butt off every day to provide for his family. When they were in lockdown, he was at work. So we got contacted by a few people and then the family. So we've been speaking with his stepdaughter. If you want to start on, I think that one. So the first day that we were there, Jacob and I met with Brian's wife and stepdaughter, just got all the details, cell phone, was there any kind of OnStar or anything like that, any kind of tracking services through his car. Unfortunately, none of that is available. So the first search day that we were there, we spent some time on the Wabash River. We put in at the Mount Carmel boat ramp. We went down the Wabash and then under the 64 bridge, and then down past that to like something we had noticed on the maps that could be like a little party spot or something like that. We turned around and then went up the Wabash, where it splits off to the right. We went over onto the White River, searched that way up a little bit, and then headed back to the boat ramp. After that, the next day, where you see where we went farther up the Wabash River, we went all the way up to the dam. That Lowhead Dam there got to be, was it a foot? Mm-hmm. About a foot of water. So we were unable to, get past that. So searching above the dam is a place that we're going to get to. Sorry, my dogs are here. We're at my house, so the dogs are here. You need the boys to come get them?
No, they're good. Costco, lay down.
So, and then after that, this is the next one that we did. I guess that. We started going and getting little ponds, little things like that. This is a pond that is in Princeton at a church. You cannot see this from the church. You can't see this from the houses. You can't see this from anywhere. Super accessible. Ended up being 6 or 7 feet deep, I think. So we cleared that area. After that, our next focus was going to be TBIN. TBIN has a pond right out in front of their building. That day, they were unable to let us search, liability, things like that. It was a corporate decision. Totally okay. But there is a pond behind TBIN. That is not on their property. And they were like, yeah, you guys can use the little road that goes down the side there and you guys can access that. So we searched that and it ended up being pretty deep. I don't remember offhand,
10
but
or 12 feet deep.
yeah. That was also clear. From there, we went down to Spectrum Logistics, which are going to be those two little red circles on the bottom there. Spectrum Logistics, we went in, we spoke with them. They said, yeah, absolutely, go ahead. We don't think it's that deep, or no, one of them they thought was deep. The other one, they weren't sure. And it ended up being 15 foot on those two. So we were able to kind of clear those things around TBIN. The next day, we wanted to focus on, a lot of people had sent in bluegrass wildlife area. There are 3 sections that we can see to bluegrass. So we cleared as much of bluegrass as we could, especially focusing on areas that had water. We put in the first one, and it had, we searched 1, 2, 3, 4 areas in there. We searched right where it crosses over the road. There's another spot that the road kind of leads back into it, a dirt road, and then another boat ramp farther down. Again, that was clear. A lot deeper than I expected. It was 40, 50 feet in there. After that, we crossed over. We had to take the boat out and then go around, put it back in. We put in at what they call the loon pit at Bluegrass. This got to be a little sketchy. Real sketchy.
There was just some stupid shallow spots.
There was one spot where we were talking about how the wind was really bad. Thank goodness for the wind, because the wind actually pushed us over a spot that was like a foot deep. We thought we were going to get stuck. But again, we were able to kind of clear that area. We cleared about half of the loon pit, the spots that were accessible by the road, things like that. There is another part that we need to search at Bluegrass. And then there was a couple of little tiny ponds that I don't have marked, but just like little tiny ones that we could throw in real quick. Friday, we came home, picked up Eric and the boys, like I had said. And from there, on Saturday, was it Saturday? Mm-hmm. Saturday, we went back out and started searching again. I may have some of these backwards as far as what we did when we did it. We tried to kind of do Princeton in one section and Patoka in one section, just so we weren't zigzagging all over Indiana. Somebody had sent us River Road and Wood Road, and turning onto River Road, we saw that boat ramp there. We were like, oh gosh, geez, like this is right here. So we put the little buddy in. The little buddy did incredibly well, even with the current and everything. So we were able to clear down a little bit. The picture before this one, this was on County Road 200 near Gibson Cole Road. This was a little mine pond that was super, super accessible. We saw it and we're like, holy cow, we got to go do this. This was our last pond for the day.
Is that where I lost the remote?
Not by choice. After we left this pond, we headed to Mount Carmel. But at some point between this pond on County Road 200 near Gibson Cole Road and heading to Mount Carmel Park, we lost the remote for the little buddy. There is a small possibility that it's in the RV somewhere. But I don't think so.
I had to use the restroom and I put it on the tongue of the truck, a tongue of the boat. And I may have driven off with it being on there.
Yeah,
that was a $100 mistake, but at least Hobby Town from Evansville came in clutch.
Yeah, they did,
and we got another one. So
yeah, so we were able to get a remote for the following day. We did spend about 2 hours searching up and down, like the same route we drove from Mount Carmel back to where we came from, and then back to Mount Carmel. Check. Next up is Park Avenue. Some people had sent us this. These ponds were inaccessible. Not that people can't access them, but they were inaccessible for like to get a car into. So we have checked everything as far as like we went and looked at it. This was inaccessible by car. So we were able to mark that off. We also did Lake Gibson. Lake Gibson, they were super nice. There was a woman that came and met us. She was on the board.
Okay,
She's on the board there, right?
Yeah.
So we were able to clear Lake Gibson, check that off the area. Again, the road that crosses over that you guys can see like right in there, that road, there was no anything. There's no guardrail. There's no anything. So that was why that was important for us to check that area. Again, Lake Gibson was clear. The next one that we had to mark for search was Fairview. Fairview is also inaccessible. It's completely gated off. There's no access. I think you had to have a passcode or something to get in there. The gate was not broken. There's no way around it. There's literally a home up against the gate on one side. So Fairview, we were able to mark off the list.
Was that the YMCA?
No.
No.
This one, I believe this may be the one that we passed on the road. Super accessible. It had tracks to it. So we stopped and asked. And they're like, yeah, you can go ahead and search. Random people just saying, yep, go ahead. So extremely appreciative, but, that one's the one that was inaccessible. The one that after this, these people were like, yeah, you can search.
Yeah.
Super nice. Again, nothing in it. After that, Johnson Avenue, these two were also inaccessible by car. The first one, the smaller one that you see on the towards the bottom, it was dry almost. Next after that was Camp Carson. This is it's a beautiful facility from what we can see, but it too is also completely gated off, passcode, and then it had chains on the gate system. So there was no accessing that. This little pond here in front of Vincennes University, it's the Gibson County Center. This pond had bothered Jacob since we drove by it the very first day. So in passing by there yesterday, after we left Hobbytown, Jacob's like, is that the one? I was like, yeah, that's it. And he's like, let's go. So we went and searched that. Again, it was clear. Then we went down to is it that one? Or is that the one you're on? Go down one more picture. That one. So this is Mount Carmel Park.
This is where we broke down. No.
This is where we realized on Sunday night that we had lost the remote.
Yeah.
So from Mount Carmel Park back to near that New Gibson Road or New Gibson Cole Road, somewhere in there is where the remote was lost. But we were able yesterday to search this pond. Super accessible. Nothing. Again, it was clear. Nothing there at all. And then Lake Frohman. Lake Frohman ended up being our final search yesterday. This is where we realized that the bearing and the hub assembly and everything was done. But we were able to get it searched. It too was clear. There is still a very long list of places that need to be searched, that we want to get searched. There's a few more places in Patoka, a few more places in Princeton. A lot of people had talked to us about Oakland City and Francisco mine or Francisco area.
I don't know about the Francisco mine. We did search one. Well, you guys had already seen it. That was part of the Francisco mine, I think. It was a part of a mine, coal mine, up the side of the road, where I lost the remote. So I just seen on there, did the remote get replaced? Yes. We were able to get Hobbytown to help us figure out Dennis's wiring
Invention.
invention. It took them a little bit, but that's only because it was an older style and how they did it. They don't do it that way anymore. And especially with Dennis's putting the two motors in sync with each other, he had to take a wire off and then solder another capacitor to it to equalize. I don't even know how he done it, but we figured it out. We were able to get another remote. They had to put another transmitter in it. Supposedly, I'm supposed to get even better range with it, so that's good. It was not outdated, but it was the receiver didn't go as far, so now we got a little bit better reception. So that's awesome. Can you guys still hear us? Okay, and everything's good. I'm seeing my mind when I see this guy's face.
There are places still in Mount Carmel that we're going to search. There are places in Evansville. There are people who knew Brian as far as like Santa Claus, Boonville, all of those. Santa Claus has Lake Noel, Lake Holly, and Christmas Lake, all places that we want to search. And just continue searching for Brian. I know that my dad's fixing the big boat and everything, but if we get the opportunity to go back over even with just a little buddy in the truck one day, check some more ponds, we will. By no means do we want, Brian's family to think that like, oh, we're just done. So that's not who we are or what we do.
As you guys support what we're doing, we are trying to be this is what we're doing. This is how we're doing it. To continue to do this, and everybody's like, oh, yeah, you're just here for the money, blah, blah, blah. I don't know how much you guys know about an RV or a boat or hotel rooms or even gas, but I'm going to tell you right now, there's like $1,000 spent on a trip, and that's just an Evansville to Princeton trip. It costs a lot of money to do a business like this. So with your guys' support helping us, it's better. So.
Yeah, so we did check bluegrass. We checked probably 2/3 of it. We have one more section to go back. It's the lowest part of bluegrass that we need to check. Again, there's still a lot of places around Mount Carmel, a few more places in Princeton and Patoka. But we did want to let you guys know that, we did get access to TBIN. They contacted us, said, hey, thank you for giving us some time. Every person that we spoke with at TBIN was incredible.
Oh, yeah.
So nice.
They were just trying to cover their own butts with liability and stuff like that. So I don't blame TBIN for doing that.
Yeah.
I'm just glad that they came through.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I have spoken with Brian's stepdaughter almost every day, just checking in. Hey, this is where we've searched. This is this. She's staying on top of everything as far as following up, making sure is there anything new? Is there anything, with law enforcement? She's passing all of that on her and her mom, Brian's wife. So.
And like I said, guys, this was to inform you, like Lindsay went through already, of the places we searched. If you guys have sonars, if you guys have boats, go to the places we haven't searched. Please.
Go to the places we have searched.
Go to the places we have searched. I mean, it's not searched until you search it. That's kind of our mentality on it, because we do know our sonars a lot better than most because we do it every day. This is not a competition. This is somebody's life out there. We are trying to bring home the people, and whatever we could do to help, whatever we could do to knock out places for other people to search, we're going to do it. We're going to be as transparent as we can be. It's not a secret. This is what we do, guys. So with that, I want to tell you guys that we will be leaving in the next 3 weeks. I can't remember the exact dates. February, I think.
February 6th.
February 6th is the exact date. I guess I can tell you that. she's going to just go over. We're going to go over where we're going to go, so you guys can be prepared. And for us to bring this out so soon, it's going to be 3 weeks. So again, I get paid on the 22nd. We're going to save that money. We're going to put it back in the account for this long, 6 weeks?
Six-ish.
Six-ish weeks. I'm going to tell you guys right now, the last trip we went on, we spent around $5,000. So I'm putting back quite a bit for this trip. So if you guys want to help, chaosdivers.com, you guys can see the links. You guys can see, becoming a member. That all helps with us doing this trip. And also, Britton from Depths of History, he's also going to help. So we're hopefully good there, and we won't have many breakdowns because your father's fixing everything. Not his work. I'm just saying, I just hope it's a better trip than we losing our RV last time.
We'll have, some preventative maintenance.
Yeah. Better preventative maintenance.
We got the RV on December 1st or 2nd or something, drove it home, and then left. So we haven't even had a chance to go over everything. Like, the steps don't work, which I'm sure is probably something super stupid and simple, but we're trying to fix it on the road. And we don't have all of our tools because all of our tools are in the old RV, which we have to go back and clean out and get some of that stuff. But it's just, it's every time we turn around, we're like, oh man. And a lot of this stuff is super easy, super fixable, simple, but it's just a pain to do it when you're on the road. So, Dad, while Jacob isn't happy about it, it's going to help just kind of go over everything.
Well, I'm happy about it.
He's happy about it, but he also knows Dad's going to find stuff. So
hopefully it doesn't prevent us from going. It is safety first, as her dad has beat that in my head, literally. But
not yet.
I don't know. No, it's not got to that point yet. I'm afraid it's going to get to that point. So we're going to try to do as much as we can for everything. And guys, with a tight ship that we're going with, and we're just going, it's very hard to do the preventative maintenance while you're driving down the road. We do, and I know that CTS of Iowa talked to us about building a custom-made trailer. Super helpful. We went up there. They looked at the boat. Hopefully they're going to work us out a deal to where we can get a better trailer for it. As her dad said, the trailer is not equipped, so I think they just put a trailer underneath that boat to make it work to go from here 15 miles down the road to a pond or to a lake and then come back, not over the road trips. So hopefully CTS will come through.
A bigger trailer. We have a bigger boat. We need a bigger trailer.
Yeah.
More money, more problems.
The more things that we add, the more things that break. But I'm telling you, she has been raunchy.
Not me.
No.
God.
The dog underneath here, she's been farting, and I've been trying not to.
I just
make it. That one was bad. Go, Pat.
Not me. I promise it's not me.
Cool.
Thanks. Everybody thinks I stink.
It was a dog.
Everybody's going to think I smell. I promise I don't.
I need a fan. So anyway, whatever.
Okay, so really quick, I don't know if you plan on doing another live stream later on.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
To do in depth about what we're doing, but I do want to give you guys a brief rundown of our upcoming trip in February. We are leaving on February 6th. And we are going to be heading down to Georgia. We've got a case. We have 2 cases in Georgia, one in Richmond, one in Macon. After that, we head to Birmingham, Alabama. We've got 2 cases in Birmingham, Alabama. So we're going to spend a couple of days there. I think like 3 or 4 days in Birmingham. After that, we head to Mississippi. We have 4 cases in Mississippi. So we'll be in Columbus, Mississippi, Yazoo City, Mississippi, Flowood, Mississippi, and Pass Christian, Mississippi. After that, we head over to Louisiana. Louisiana, we have 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 cases in Louisiana. However, 5 of those alone are in Baton Rouge. We have a case in St. Rose, Louisiana, Morgan City, Louisiana, Baton Rouge. We've got 5 there. It's one of those things where if you're searching for one, we can search for, these additional ones. I mean, does it make sense to not help multiple people if we can? And then we end in Shreveport, Louisiana. From after Shreveport, we are coming home. Well, not home. We're stopping in Alto Pass. Eric has his first race that he attempted last year. He has signed up again. Right now, Eric is debating whether or not I am allowed to go. He thinks I may be the bad luck charm. So from there, so we'll be back home, Alto Pass for the day.
Pat, come here.
Why do you want her back over here?
I don't want that big dog. Oh, go ahead. Sorry. They wanted to see the puppy.
Oh. Well, this is the puppy, technically. So this actually is the puppy. He's 3 years old now. He just turned 3. So he's about a 120, 130 pound purebred German Shepherd. So he technically is the puppy.
Boss?
The puppy, not the boss.
Pat ain't coming.
No, you made her feel bad. So after we finish with Eric's race, then we are headed up to Iowa. We are going to be spending some time with one of my favorite families, the Milligans, continuing searching for Harry. The reason that we are going back there in March is because there's a lot of like cow ponds, farmers field ponds and stuff that we need to search, that when we were there last year, the growth in the pond was ridiculous. We couldn't even make one pass without having to clean off the sonar. So going back in March, that allows us to not be freezing cold, but everything will still be dead, hopefully. All the plant life and stuff like that. From there, we'll probably spend about a week over there with the Milligans, just because there's so many like little ponds. Like everything's super rural, so everything's incredibly spread out. So we usually get to do 3 to 4 ponds a day because it's so far spread out. So it just takes us longer there. However, this time we do have the little buddy, which is definitely in our favor. Hopefully we can knock out more ponds quicker. Last year, we had the inflatable and the inflatable pop, so we borrowed a boat. So it was a lot of like in and out and loaded up, and everything had to be put on, the sonar, the motor, the everything. From there, I think we're going to travel over to Maryville, Indiana. There is a case of Donald Stofko. We went and worked it before. It was one of Dennis Waters' last cases. One that just kind of like got to him because he had looked for him so hard for so long and he didn't find him. There's a couple of places over there. We worked with Tammy and Dennis on that case. So for me, and I think for Jacob, it's kind of personal because it's our way of finishing something that Dennis started. I know if we can do that, we want to. And then depending on weather, depending on time, on our way home, Indianapolis for Bonnie Lee Schultz, which many of you know that we have searched for Bonnie several times. So
somebody asked, does the little buddy save us time? Does it make it easier on us? It makes it 100% easier on us. Yes, there is an upgrade, and we are going to work towards it. It was one of Dennis's last boats. we're going to try to upgrade it because I could put the better sonar on it. Before Dennis passed away, he said, Jacob, you know how to read your sonar. Even with a older unit, you're still going to know. And I do, and I have. And I know that it will be better, more upgraded equipment. And, it's a little expensive, but it's well worth it. Saves us a whole bunch of time. We hit 10 ponds in one day, 10 lakes in one day, all on one set of batteries. It's tried and true, really good unit. I love it. Again, that other unit's going to be in the future. We've already talked to Tammy on locking that down. So, in the future, we'll see about getting that.
With the little buddy, it's literally throw it in, run it around, pull it out. While Jacob's putting it away, I can check the footage. Or like this weekend, Jarrett and Garrett would go put the little buddy away, and Jacob would come in and check, the sonar reading. Super easy, so quick. It's an amazing tool. The inflatable is great. But this,
we can have it in the water and checked in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It's not a big one.
We can have this in and out and checking the footage before we would have even had the inflatable in, I think.
Do you plan on using the little buddy looking for Joel? Yes. I mean, that's one of the main reasons why we wanted it, is for Joel's case, because there's so many little things. If you looked at Southern Illinois and you took your Google Earth image out and then you went to just ponds only, it looks like a lake. Southern Illinois looks like a lake. So,
let's see if it'll, let me put
with that, we're going to be able to get all that stuff done. The upgraded version of the one that we're going to try to get, it's $8,000. But, like I said, we're going to continue to use this and utilize this to the best of our abilities. I'm just gonna be honest with you, with putting the boat together. We don't have a big trailer. We don't have a trailer at all. We pull the big boat. So with us just having that little buddy in the back of the RV and just pull it out, beautiful. With us having to hook up the inflatable, hook up the batteries and all that stuff like Lindsay was talking about, it takes us about 20 to 30 minutes. We'd already be the next pond. So it is a huge, huge time saver. Plus, it's pretty fun. The boys were enjoying it. They were like, this is so fun.
Yeah.
I'm driving an RC boat.
Jarrett wants to come on the road with us this summer.
Yeah, Jarrett was a big help, and I think he is going to come out with us, maybe to Texas. We are going to do a full-on, and this is another thing, guys. We're going to do a full-on Texas trip. Solid Texas trip. There's so many cases in Texas, like 40, maybe 50 missing people from all over in Texas.
So with being able to dedicate a whole trip, one, Texas is obviously very large. Some of these cases are really spread out. So in dedicating, Jarrett graduates high school in May. I will be home for that come hell or high water. My kid has worked his butt off. He's got academic scholarship, full ride scholarships, baseball full ride scholarships. I want to be there for his graduation. I think you do too after spending some time with him.
Yeah, he's all right.
But in doing so, I want to make sure that I'm home for that kind of stuff. I always make sure that we're home for every birthday, holiday, graduation. So our trip when we come home in March, our next trip won't be until May. But like you said, we want to dedicate one whole trip to Texas. So I have no idea when, where, or how yet. I just know that we have a ton of cases. And I feel like because Texas is so far for us, that we lose a lot of time in travel, where if we had time to just dedicate a whole month to being down there, would be more beneficial. So,
somebody asked if we were meeting up with Nug and Adam. We are not. They are on their own cases. They're doing their own thing. We are going to meet up with Britton. Britton has proved himself to be really, heartfelt, really passionate on helping us. He wants to help us, and we like to have him on the team. He's going to be a good asset as a diver, and as just hanging out and just being able to work these cases. There is something that really sticks out to me that really made me upset. I wanted to post it, but I didn't. We received a message, and I know, don't worry about the haters, but it really made me upset, and it's been sticking with me, and I'm just going to say it. It's a message about, the one you replied to about, this takes us to beautiful places. This job takes us to amazing places. Most beautiful lakes you've ever been to, and it's gorgeous to be out there. But like she said, we're here for the families. We're here for the darker side of it. She can read it off.
So
it just made me upset.
We try to use social media for good. We share these stories. We help the families. That is why we do this. If we could do this without this side of it, just because the editing takes a lot of time, it's a lot of stress on Jacob, that kind of thing. I don't necessarily know if we would if we didn't have to. Not that we don't appreciate everybody, but that's just more time that we get to spend with other families, helping other families with our family, that kind of thing. But somebody had said, you use social media for good when you profit off someone's death and film the crying family. You use social media as a job and an excuse to travel to beautiful lakes and avoid your family. Why should we pay for your vacation when your main focus is making the game warden look like they're not doing their job? At least they have a job, and it's not defrauding those watching them. My reply probably was that.
Go ahead.
You want me to read my reply?
I want you to read your reply because it is the truth. And as harsh as it may sound, I stand behind her comment.
I said, we don't look at it as profiting off of someone's death. We are a voice for those who no longer have one. We are a choice for a family when they have nowhere else to turn. We have never stuck a camera in anyone's face, especially during their darkest hours. Now, that's not to say if a family doesn't want to be interviewed. If the family wants to be out there, they're more than welcome. Mark Milligan wants to tell the story. Ryan Taylor's family wants to help tell his story. I said, as far as using our job to travel to beautiful places, you are correct. Our job takes us to places that has beauty beyond measure, but we are there for a very ugly reason. We see what is under the surface, and it's not pretty. Staring pain, heartbreak, and death in the face is not beautiful. We definitely don't do this to avoid our own families. If anything, it makes us appreciate them even more. My family was with us this weekend. When your kids get older, I know that you've talked about, Keegan's only 10 or 9. He'll be 10. Coming with us. Our intention has never been to make any governing agency look bad. We're there to help, and that is it. Most governing agencies are extremely thankful. We offer a service that many cannot provide. I said, I am sorry for whatever bad thing has happened to you and that you can't see the good service that is provided and can only find negative things in our work. This is our job. This is our full-time job. We have never done this to make anybody look bad. We have offered our services. We have offered to go back and teach counties and DNRs and police stations. We have offered to go back and say, you want us to come back and help you? We will. And they're extremely thankful for that.
There's a person in New York City that said, if we can get you up here, will you teach us? Absolutely. You pay for my hotel stay and my plane ticket. I'll be up there free of charge, other than, that cost. And I will work with you as long as it takes for you guys to understand the sonar. We're not here to profit. We're here to help. We're here to find. We are here to bring home the lost. I don't care what it takes. I don't care what you guys know about us. I don't care about anything. All I care about is the families that we're helping.
this is what we do. So as you guys know, because you guys have been the ones who have provided most of our equipment, you guys donate, you guys help us. You know how expensive this stuff is. Jacob has never lied about any of that. He has always been upfront that this sonar costs this much and this is this much. And you guys have been able to help us get all of that. That is a lot of money for counties and things to pay for sonar. Plus, then you have to provide a dedicated team who just does this. You have to provide a boat. You have like all of those things, and that's not an option for a lot of these places. It's not. A lot of police agencies that we know of have had to cut from their budget their cold case.
I think it was Kansas City or Kansas or somewhere.
One in Arkansas, one in Kansas. Like they've had to cut their cold case department because they just don't have the funding for it. So if we can help, why not? Like you do what's right because it's the right thing to do.
I want to say hi to Ringo. He's in here. Kyle. He's been in here the whole time. Sorry. Kirsty and everybody. I want to say hello to. I mean, I know it's been 45 minutes? Yeah, 45 minutes, and I'm just now saying hi to everybody. Regardless, I can almost bet you 80 to 90% of the families that you talk to that we have helped, worked with, or brought home their lost loved ones, they'll stand behind us 100%.
I'd say 100%.
Oh, I don't even know why I said 100%. 100% of the people that you have spoke with, I can guarantee you from our experiences with them, they've been beautiful, and it's an honor to help these families.
My response to that person was true and honest. There was some backspacing and deleting because there's some things that I wanted to say that I shouldn't say. But I will defend what we do. I will defend Jacob till the end of time. I believe in what he does. I believe in him. His passion is what made me fall in love with this. So
somebody said my reply wouldn't have been so polite. I've had to have her delete some of the stuff. She has no filter.
I don't have a filter, and I don't take anything from anybody. And I learned a long time ago that if you don't stand up, then who will? So when it comes to defending Chaos Divers, our work, and defending Jacob, I will do so wholeheartedly, and without hesitation, and without worry for, my own consequences, which sometimes gets me in trouble. But
there is times where I read them. I have learned not to read them as much. And I know this is not about the haters. This is about the families that we're helping. So we should get back on topic with that. But I just want to say that there's some times where I've almost thrown my phone across the room because it's just irrelevant. Like people can be rude.
Mean. Mean. People can be mean. I get a lot of hate.
So somebody asked about PayPal. Yes, we have options. It's on chaosdivers.com. Check it out. We have Curtis actually making a pretty cool water bottle. It's, I think, about a 22 ounce, maybe a little less, but it's really cool. It's got a cool design. The poppy graphics made for us. Those are going to be out very, very soon. Mm-hmm. And
let's see.
We've also got all kinds of stuff that helps support the channel. So check it out. Thank you. What's that?
My phone hasn't been acting right, so I haven't been able to post things.
Thank you, everybody, for your support.
Do questions for a few minutes?
Yeah, I was just finishing off that was
your tangent.
What you're doing is not for us. It's for these families out there that have no way to turn. Maybe the law enforcement. There's a lot of law enforcement, not knocking them again, but there's a lot of law enforcement that do what they need to do. And then it's like they just off into the sunset, which I understand. You can't sit there and search for somebody for 3 to 4 to 5 weeks because there's other crimes out there. The United States is getting stupid. Like, there's some times where I want to do what my mom says. She just wants to move out in the country and be a hermit.
I am in the country, and I am a hermit.
Yeah, it is kind of nice out here.
I own 20 acres, and my neighbors own 30 acres, and the neighbors that way, I don't even know how much they own. And when we are home, I am here. I leave to go get groceries and some food, and that's it. I don't ever want to leave when we're home. Like, I'm happy in my happy space.
So thank you guys for that. We're going to open this up for some questions. This is about you guys. This is about you helping these families. We're just the middleman, and we're just a working part of what we do for these families.
So there's a few questions that I saw already. We'll try to answer them short and sweet.
Your dry suit, first of all.
Well, were you able to get the old RV home yet? No. It's still over there. They're still working on it. They're doing all of that work for free. So by no means are we.
I haven't called them. I haven't talked to them. I haven't done nothing.
We will go over before we leave for our trip to go get, like, there's some stuff in there that we have to have.
I gotta have my internet.
Yeah.
I gotta have it. Like, I can't work without the internet, and we're in places where there's no internet. So
he's kind of like a high school girl. Kind of have the interweb.
We'll be able to talk to them.
What happened with the bearings? What happened with the bearings?
I just read something. We never knew about meeting up with Nug and Adam. There's been times where we've met up with each other, not knowing we were there, but no, we were not.
We pretty much stay around the Midwest, and then they're
doing their thing.
Yeah, we've worked with them. We just worked with them in, was that November, December?
Yeah.
So if they need help, we would be there. If we needed help, they would be here. So we're just working different cases.
Just spreading out.
Yeah. Okay, what happened with the bearings?
I didn't use a dadgum grease gun. No, I did. So the bearing. Earlier we spoke about needing a new trailer because the trailer is not set up for the weight and the capacity that we're using it as. CTS was going to, hopefully, they're going to work with us on getting us a new trailer. But right now, the torsion arms on there, I think I've got, like, let me do it this way. I think they're kind of cocked out.
They're bad.
They're bad. So we go through tires. Yeah, we probably should just stop.
Grease gun, Jacob.
What?
Eric said that.
Yeah, I'm going to have the grease gun with us. We're going to take extra care. I am going to shove so much grease in there, it's just going to fling it all over the place. No, I know I can't overfill them because it'll blow the buddy. I know this, guys. We try to do as much preventative maintenance. I may or may not have left the other grease gun in the other RV, and I will get another one. Regardless,
the
they're bad. So we put a $50 tire, well, $100. That's a different story. I'm not even going to go in that story. We just been putting tires on it and just taking off and going. Yeah, it's probably not the safest thing. But do we say no to the families? No. Go ahead.
How did your dry suit certification go, Lindsay? And when did your dry suit arrive? So we were getting through the holidays. Merrimack Springs does their own stuff for the holidays and all of that stuff, and Glenn and his family. And so I have to go over, get fitted for it. Glenn is ready and waiting. All of the money is in a separate savings account for all of that. And then I was going to go right after the New Year, but we ended up going to Iowa.
Yeah.
So, we spent some time in Iowa and then came home. And then
right now Glenn's in Africa.
Yeah. Glenn's in Africa right now. And then, ended up going over to Indiana to help. So getting certified is something that I want and need, especially before we leave on our trip. But for sure, we'll be able to get the dry suit ordered. The dry suit takes time. It's 4 to 8 weeks. for the dry suit to come in. So it's not like if I order it tomorrow, I'm going to have it in a week.
She's going to have it next season.
You know, I have time to get certified in, you know, within the time that we order the dry suit. So
how are you guys so awesome? I don't know.
Who said that?
Juanita.
Normally Garrett asks that.
How are you guys so awesome? But still, I want to know, how would you know where and how to find the car or something else underwater? Basically, we speak with the families. If they're willing and able to talk to with us, if I could speak, I would speak. We get their last known location from there. And this is something for you guys to this will be super quick. Talk with a family, get point A to point B. Where did they not make it? Was there any cameras anywhere? Any license plate readers? We get all that information and we speak with them. We speak with them about their health. Have they ever had any head traumas? Do they take medication on daily? Did they take their medication? Just all that information all in one. We're just kind of like investigators. I don't know why I'm looking into the mic. I should be looking in there. And we gather all the information and we make our conclusion from there. If we don't have any information, we just check all the waterways. I don't think anything's been by luck. It's just a process of elimination.
A lot of it is, Google is fantastic. I can find anything out about anybody. I can find out, home addresses, things like that. So that is super helpful because like when family's not available, we can go on, find out where they lived and then, just start from there.
Yes. Law enforcement officers. I do know of Iowa and Ohio. Let me take that back. Both from Ohio have asked us, there's been actually Ohio and then Indiana. The police chiefs and the fire chiefs has reached out to us. Hey, can you come over here? And if you do come over here, can one of our guys come with you? There's actually a whole episode searching for Eddie Tate's car that Hannah and Shane, they went out with us and we showed them how to work that unit because I think Hannah and him were going to be like the water patrol deals, so they'll be able to search also.
So somebody asked how far apart do we live? Like
20 minutes for me.
25 minutes if he's driving.
No.
And like 15 minutes if I'm driving.
25, 30, 30, 35 and 25. We live 20 miles apart.
It only take me 15 minutes.
Whatever. You need to slow down. Mysterious Hook. Hey.
We live like 2 towns apart. So
Mysterious Hook has actually had some videos on us. They showcase and help us spread the word on what we're doing. So thank you, Mysterious Hook.
Somebody said thank you, or they like my house, so thank you. Yeah, so it is a true log cabin. You see on the inside, it's on the outside. Sorry, I'm trying to scroll down so I don't miss any.
We're going to hit the road in February 6th.
Which one speeds?
I do every now and then. Anyway, all right. So
Jacob drives like a grandma.
I think we've been on live for almost an hour now. Mm-hmm. There's 438 people in here. I'm not for sure how many likes. Really don't care, but it does help the algorithm. So please consider doing that. Please consider subscribing. I think I probably have the highest rate of subscribers on it. I think it's like 68% of the people who watch have subscribed. So thank you.
Again, this was to just kind of update everybody on our search for Brian Colbert. 47 years old. He worked in Princeton, Indiana, lived in Evansville, Indiana, and then never made it home that night. He missed Christmas, his son's birthday, and his wife's birthday. If you guys go back and watch this, if you're just now joining, if you go back and watch, we show you all the places that we searched. And there's still a lot more for us to search. At this time, though, with the boat being out of commission, we do have to take some time to get that thing fixed, as well as while we're down, we might as well get the RV ready. I don't know if are we doing a live stream later, closer to when we leave?
Yes, we are going to update, guys. So again, we are we are saving up for the trip in 3 weeks. With your guys' help, we'll be able to extend and be comfortable on the road. So again, chaosdivers.com. I keep saying that, but that's the way we're able to do this and help the families for free and law enforcement. So you guys know what we do. I don't have to explain it, but that's the way you can do it. There's all kinds of stuff on there. What else was we talking about?
The upcoming trip. We'll go over everything, like a little more detail, the cases, stuff like that. Josh can too, as far as we know, depending how everything is with Sequoia, their beautiful puppy.
She's a pretty dog.
He's going to join us for a little bit of time, and then Britton from Depths of History is also going to join us. I don't know at this time if Eric will be able to be with us at all during this trip. Eric, some of you obviously you guys know that Eric has another job, but Eric is a nuclear operations instructor at the power plant in Missouri. So he comes on the road with us when he can, but he just started a new class. He's an instructor, so there's a new class coming in to learn how to run the nuclear reactor. So Eric he's teaching that. He's the only instructor that has any experience in doing that. That's there right now. So him getting time off, he doesn't know if he's going to be able to or not.
He's going to come out with us. He better. There is something here that I just read, and it's nice to hear this. Your success rate speaks volumes. We've brought home 15 people in the past 15 months. You found so many and have helped so many families. You have been anointed and are a blessing. John here from the back roads of northeastern Tennessee. Thank you, John. That's a really nice message.
Somebody asked how many times I've been pulled over.
None. Now, that doesn't mean you could pull it. No, we got pulled over one time.
And I said, how many times have I been pulled over for speeding?
Oh, you got to take your driver's test again.
I've been pulled over enough times. I have a license. My license, I'm good. I'm not like a felon or anything like that. But I do have to take my driver's test over, which I have studied for a lot. Thank you for everybody who's made donations tonight. Thank you for everybody who's become a member. We had a lot of information to get out, so I do apologize for not paying attention or as good of attention to the chat and stuff like that. But I did see the donations and the memberships, and
yes,
it's so appreciated. That's one thing I don't think we'll ever be able to say thank you enough for. I know somebody said this isn't like a meet and greet trips. If we can do a meet and greet, we do.
We may have a pop on this trip.
This trip is really tight with our schedule. Josh has a limited amount of time to be with us. Britton's got things going on. We have things that we have to be back for, like I said, with Eric's race. And then, but we also can't leave before, the date we're leaving because of Eric's birthday. We're constricted. Now that's not to say that, for the portion after.
I could spend my birthday with you.
You're welcome. You got to spend.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
You got to spend your birthday with me last year too.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yay.
You had a good birthday last year.
I know. We're just kidding.
I'm the best present you could ask for. I'm pretty sure I bought you dinner last year, so there you go. But so if we do a meet and greet, more than likely it would be after March 4th.
Your nickname should be Bandit. You're exactly right.
My nickname should be Bandit?
Bandit.
What?
We come to you guys because we honestly respect and enjoy your guys' company. We want to extend our gratitude, and it's pretty cool to come and hang out and talk with you guys. So thank you. Are you doing and planning another river cleanup carpool? Just depending on what we find. If the law enforcement wants it out immediately, we'll take it out. If they say, we'll have our dive team do some training on it, then we'll give you guys updates on that. If not, if none of the above, we will mark it on our list to come back and to try to pull them.
Absolutely. Obviously our focus is on, missing loved ones, but Jacob still started this out as environmental cleanup. So that's still something that's incredibly important to him. So if we're able to pull a car and law enforcement is like, yeah, all about it, then we do. I know anytime we go to Kansas City, I can't think of his name. I can't think of the deputy's name, but every time we call him and I'm like, hey, found a car. And he's like, okay, what time tomorrow you want to get it out? They're all about it, so it just depends, what law enforcement wants to do in their time frame. So,
people I'm done. I'm done with the haters. I keep on resorting back to that. It just makes me mad.
You told me in the very beginning. So I get a lot of hate because I'm the only female in a male-dominated field. I get a lot of hate. I get some death threats. It is very ugly, the things that have been said to me. But a long time ago, you told me, don't worry about it. Don't listen to it. Don't pay attention to it because you're doing something good. I think you need to listen to your own words.
Ow! I'm just kidding. Ow! Did you check the boat ramp in front of the Patoka, which is 4 miles north of Princeton?
Yeah, I think that's the one. That's the one that we did.
That's the one that has an actual strong current. When you get the little buddy in there, he was fighting for his life.
But he did good though, and so that's the other thing with the little buddy. We searched on the little buddy for 2 or 3 days.
Who could hate a face like that? Well, like that, I know, right? Love this.
I have face for radio.
You're a dork. Water off a duck's back. So what? Geez, that one all flew up. Water's off a duck's back, Lindsay. That is what happens to females. I've been through it. Know exactly what you're feeling. Stay strong, girl.
But yeah, we searched for 2 or 3 days with the little buddy on one set of batteries. We changed them out yesterday.
Yeah, that's just because, I was afraid that it was going to not work anymore and we were going to have to go swim for it. And I didn't want to go swim.
The driver isn't the diver. And I was driving yesterday, which means I didn't have to go swim for the little buddy. You had to. That was going to be on you.
I don't hold Lindsay back on diving. I just want to make sure. I don't think you guys realize how big her father is. I don't know why I'm looking at that. I want to look at that.
Still.
I don't know. I don't think you guys realize how big her father is. He's a big man. If something happens to her, I'm liable.
Yeah. My dad's probably 6'4", 6'5". He's taller than you. You're 6'1". So my dad's 6'4", 6'5", and then they just happened to get on scale last night, and my dad's 360 pounds. My dad looks normal in a semi-truck, y'all.
So, yeah.
He looks normal.
There's
a lot of things, there's a lot of experience that I want to get before I start doing everything they do. Will I ever dive in the Missouri? Probably not, and I'm okay with that. Will I ever dive in the Mississippi?
See, John.
Probably not, and I'm okay with that. There's a lot of things that if I don't feel comfortable doing it, if I don't think I'm ready, if I don't think I have the experience, I'm not going to do it. I know Jacob won't push me when he when he knows I've reached a limit. I know he's going to push me to be better and to improve and to learn, but he also knows like if I'm not comfortable, he's not going to push that. Mike McFerrin from Missouri, he's like, Lindsay, whenever you're ready, he's like, if you want to work on stuff in the current, he's like, let me know. He's like, I'll dive with you all day long, and just help progress those skills. Diving in the river is a lot different than diving in a pond or a lake. It's just something that I have to get used to. I've only got 15 dives, compared to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dives. Like he doesn't even count. So it's just one of those things. Like I have to prepare. So.
And he knows how to hide bodies exactly.
Oh, my dad?
Yeah.
He's a truck driver.
How's your father, Jacob? He's doing good. I mean, he's working with a therapist, getting up and down, and he's going to be okay. Like it is what it is with him. He's making the best. He is super proud. Every time I've come home, I think my dad's probably the proudest of all. I don't know. He's just amazed at how much we have done in the past year. And, he wants to so bad to be out with us. We're trying to make it to where he can. The
first time I met your dad, he was out on a search with us.
Yeah.
When we went to Rockford. That's the first time I met your dad.
So. All right, guys. We've been on here for 11. Been on here for 1 hour and 11 minutes. Sonny, Catnapper, Parker, when are we going fishing? That's all I want to know.
What?
That's all I want to know. I said when we.
Well, I didn't know if that was just like you.
We.
Okay. I say you can't not take me.
So anyway.
Because if you try to, I'll just find you.
All right, one more question and we're getting off here.
Does he say he has a backhoe and an alibi? No, he says he's got a shovel and 10 acres.
He said whenever we want to go. Let me look at here. Let me look at these. You have anything? Everything you want to say, Lindsay? Forever hold your peace.
When have you ever known me to hold my peace?
Ever.
Okay. My mouth gets me in a lot of trouble. Let's just say that. I say what I'm thinking when I'm thinking it, and I don't necessarily care about the consequences.
I'm just looking for another question.
I don't think anybody has probably made Jacob as mad as I have, as often.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I have the ability to get under his skin. I am the sweetest
person ever.
Like you would not believe. Did you say you're the sweetest person ever?
Ever. I don't yell.
When you're with somebody 24 hours a day for long periods of time, you just naturally just get under each. I think that there's times where everything's going super smooth, super great, and I have this subconscious ability to be like, we're starting a fight today. And then I'll just start a fight with him. Just have something to do. You're welcome.
Jacob, what do you want for your birthday? I don't know.
Jacob's birthday is on February 13th, for anyone who didn't know. And he loves letters and cards. So if you guys want to just send anything, it's P.O. Box 962, Harrisburg, Illinois, 62946. Oh, and Jacob's going to be 40 this year.
Why'd you have to yell? That microphone is it picks up really
excited.
You see this gray hair in my beard?
I earned all of that. And all the gray hair up there. I earned that. So.
You guys are slap happy.
Jacob is going to be 40 years old. So is Eric. And Eric's birthday is February 4th.
And he likes corgis.
So does Jacob. Jacob and Eric both love corgis. They want all kinds of corgi stuff.
No, we really don't. 40, Jacob's still a baby. What color blooms are for 40? Black?
I'm not dying.
Are
Not dying.
you going to search locally while home? So, Lisa, I think I know Lisa. Lisa Melton. You work at the courthouse? No, that can't be her. Melvin, I think, is her. Anyway, we're going to. I'm going to take a break. I've got to have a break. I'm going to have a mental breakdown. I'm going to just start editing, and we're going to get prepared for this trip. We're going to save. It's costly to be out on the road. I promise you guys, it's not cheap. Yeah, we could probably cut costs here and there, but it's still. You're looking at. It cost me $200 to fill that camper up, that RV up every time. Now, granted, we save it on hotel rooms because a hotel room is god awful anymore. It's $100. You don't really want to go $45 because I really don't want bed bugs. So for a halfway decent hotel, it's $120, $130 a pop every night. So with the RV, we're able to stay at a Cracker Barrel or even a campsite. Most of all the campsites we stay at, they say, "Hey, it's on us," which is amazing. I know it's like $40. But what they do for us is, well, hopefully we can get a hold of some of the campsites around and see if they can, accommodate our 52 long foot boat and trailer.
I was gonna say, we typically
RV and
stay
trailer.
campsites when we're gonna be in a place for more than just one night. We're gonna be there for 2-3 nights. Then, we'll get a campsite so that way we can fill everything back up. We can actually know where we're going, and so.
Congratulations, Mary. She just got married 40 years ago. Oh, sorry.
Oh, well, congratulations. But Walmart's truck stops.
Sometimes Walmart kicks us out, but then they find out who we are, and it's funny.
Only once.
It was funny, though. The cop goes,
Kansas.
"I'm not kicking you guys out." I'm like, "What do you mean you're not kicking? Come on."
KOAs are still around. We actually stayed in the KOA when we were in Galveston.
That was a nice one.
Yeah.
It was super nice for 40. Well, it was like $50, but it was still nice.
But again, it just depends. But we typically stay. We typically do campsites when we're going to be somewhere. So Baton Rouge, we'll be there for 3, 4, 5 days. So we'll stay. Every time we go up to Iowa for Harry Milligan, we stay at the same campground.
That campsite.
They know who we are. They're like, go over there.
Indian something.
Yeah. Somebody said the truck in Tuttle would be great for Lindsay to dive on. Sunny Cat never said that. Sunny Cat never Parker.
The truck in Tuttle. I don't know what he's talking about. I'm old enough to be Jacob's mom. Janice, if I get to go to Australia, you can be my mom any day.
That's so weird.
It is. Can we just go to? Can I just go to Australia?
Yeah. You just go to Australia and just meet Janice.
Yeah, that sounds better, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can get a mom hug, but
A mom hug.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was weird.
Whatever. My son turned 15 on 23rd. Cool. All right, guys. What else do we have to talk about?
Oh, happy birthday, Linda.
The updates are going to come. I think we're going to have 2 more live streams.
The one that the picture he sent you, and then you called him.
Oh yeah, the truck. Yeah, duh.
Duh.
In the summertime, we're going to be going over there.
I don't even know where there is.
Yeah, you do.
Okay. Apparently, I do.
I've told you and showed you, and you were like, "Well, let's go over there." We know what we're talking about. I know what we're talking about, and I'll fill her in. She just doesn't remember. She's got a lot of stuff on her mind. Where's that list? No, I can't show them the list. There's 2 or 3 pages just for our safety. I don't want to show you guys the list, but she does a good job at scheduling. Hopefully it goes smooth. She tries to get places to where it's 2 or 3 hours, so we're not on the road for 7 or 8 hours. I do know that there's a couple long trips in there, but most of them are hop, skip, and jumps away. So,
Oh,
all right.
Kenny Loudermilk. We are going back. We will go back.
Yes.
Our search for Kenny isn't over. That family is amazing. Kenny's daughter is one of the most beautiful, strong, young women that I've ever met in my entire life. Like, if I could be half of it as amazing as her, I'd be set. But our search for Kenny is not over. We had just gotten, we had gotten called to go help over in Clarksville and then Nashville. We still speak with Kevin.
Almost daily.
Yeah, I would say regularly. So we have not forgotten Kenny, nor will we forget Kenny or his family. We're going back. It's just a matter of, again, we, going through right now, getting things in order. Before a trip, like I plan a trip, it took me, a week, 2 weeks to schedule everything, to go through, figure out cases, all that information. And I do that with the help of other people who, have time to help me look into cases and things like that. But then preparing for a trip is just as crazy, for me. So, but we will go back.
Somebody said, if you can get everyone to send you $1 for your birthday, you'd be set. Wow, that's a lot of freaking money.
If everybody sent you $1 for your birthday, I would have really nice birthday presents.
What?
You owe me a birthday present.
I do. Okay, guys. Thank you again so much for everything you do. We wanted to get this information out. We're going to have 1 or 2 more live streams before we leave. I don't know why I'm all up in the camera.
Not the microphone.
I know. To show you what we're doing, tell you what we're doing. The cases we're going to modify, and I think we're going to tell you who we're searching for. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we usually
right now this was just a brief summary of where we're going to be at. There's a few that we're not going to tell you just because they're murder cases, known murder cases. So we're just going to not tell you, and we're going to go in and be incognito as much as we can. We can't hide from you guys anymore. You guys are relentless. You guys find us. It's crazy how many find us.
It's
on the road.
So when we're home, nobody knows who we are.
They know who I am just because I've lived here my whole life.
Yeah, they know who you are. Like, as far as like, went to high school or they worked with you or something, but like people don't know really. But then like on the road,
thank you, Terry.
We're
proud of you too.
Oh, Terry's a rock star. He's even better. But like on the road, people know who we are. Like, it's super weird to like be walking through somewhere and somebody's like, "Oh my gosh, Lindsay," and I'm like, "Who do I know here?" And then I have to realize that like it's one of you guys. Amazing. Like, it's crazy. It's still crazy to me after doing this.
No, quit hitting me.
Sorry, you get to spend your birthday with me and the 2-year friendversary. The day that you met me, we're gonna be on the road, so you can spend your birthday and our 2-year friendiversary.
Friendiversary? That's not even a thing.
Yes, friendiversary is a thing. What? You're such a dude. But it's always awesome to meet everybody. Sometimes like it's overwhelming because I'm like, oh my gosh, like so many people know who we are, and like I still say we're just 2 goofballs with a fish finder.
I would love to give flowers to Lindsay and a small toy car for Jacob. Again.
Oh, Sue Klein's birthday is on the 5th of February.
Awesome. There's a lot of February birthdays in here. Again, guys, transparency is the number one thing. A lot of people get jealous of what we were able to do. I just want to say thank you. I'm super proud of each and every one of you. If you guys don't believe it or not, I mean, it's amazing. Like, your money goes to good, and I promise you that 100%. I come back with nothing. I try not to, and if we do have extra, we go on another trip.
Somebody said last, what is the most important thing to do as a diver when you know that you have to call it in?
I'm not for sure what is the most important thing you do as a diver when you know, breathe, take a deep breath in, make sure that we get all the information correct, the time, the location, and we call it in. And from there, we know we have to speak with the family. She generally calls it in, and I call the family. Even though Chaos Divers is my channel, this is a team effort. But I've always told them if we find them, I will call them, or I will tell them to come over, and I'll tell them in person. So, real quick, the individuals in Auburn, missing couple,
Nevada?
the CBs.
Or Nebraska?
Nebraska. Is it Auburn,
Grand
Nebraska?
Island?
Grand Island? We're going to look into that case, guys. We're going to see if we can help them. There are senior citizens. One's wheelchair bound, and the other is, they're like 80. Beautiful, cute little couple.
They're the cutest thing.
We're going to try to see if we can be of assistance. There's a lot of things going on right now. A lot of information is being collected. When we get all that information, then we'll proceed to see if we can help them. I did get in contact with a couple people about, their address and where they were last seen, but everything is changing every day. So until everything gets collected, we'll see if we can help them, because, guys, if we take a 10-hour trip, that's kind of out of our realm just to take off like that and go that far. So it will definitely have to be, if we can be of assistance. And right now they're getting ready to get 6 to 10 inches of snow and a blizzard and wind. Love each and every one of you guys. Is there anything else you need to say?
No. Somebody had asked a question, and
Go ahead.
I don't remember. Oh, if you somebody said it was hard to believe that we've only known each other for 2 years. He's just lucky. And somebody asked if we journal. So obviously on our trips we record everything. There's a lot that you guys don't see just because it's like random, where it's just blah or whatever. But obviously we record everything. But I've got over 1,500 notes in my phone. 1,572 notes in my phone. So, yes, I do.
She could possibly make a book.
I write everything down
of what we have done in the past 2 years, and I think it'd be a pretty cool book to read.
Oh, thanks.
I was just gonna, whatever.
Am I supposed to say thank you?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. I don't know about that though. Nobody would read it.
All right. I said we were going to make this an hour. Now it's an hour and 30 minutes. We're leaving.
I like Lisa.
I just said we're leaving. Now you're going to talk about something
No, I'm
else.
just saying I like Lisa. She said that I've made your videos and searches better. And if I go, they all go. Okay.
I read it. I don't know. Oh, I'd read it. Oh,
Sonny says get a hold of him if you come to Auburn.
Okay. Sonny? Do Sonny. I'm joking.
Sonny
I'm joking.
What?
I'm joking.
Now you're going to make it clear because what?
I was joking.
This is real, y'all.
Yeah, it is. Definitely. Getting everything repaired. Gonna start saving for the trip. Love each and every one of you. You guys check out chaosdivers.com. Once again, I know there's a whole bunch of stuff in there that you can support what we are fixing to do and what we have been doing. Love each and every one of you. Keep diving. It's not where to stop.
Oh, love you. Bye.
I'll see you guys later.
That's all.
Yeah, I see it. Thank you.
You
Bye,
did
guys.
it.